On this example, we are graphing f of x equals log base 2 of x plus 3 minus 5. How do we do that? Well, if you go to the exam 3 notes, I'm explaining how to graph something like this. First, make a table, and first plug in an x value that will make the inside of the parentheses equal 0. So let's start there. So I'm going to make an xy table, and I'm going to plug in what will make the parentheses 0. That would be x is negative 3. Right? That'll make the inside 0. So what do we get? Then we get y equals log base 2 of minus 3 plus 3 minus 5. That's log base 2 of 0 minus 5. So to do this part, on your calculator, you got to turn it into 2 logs because we don't have a log base 2 button. So remember how this works? You let the base go to the bottom and turn it into 2 logs like that. And when you do that in your calculator, you'll get error because you can't do this part right here. The log of 0 is your error. So that's, what does that mean? That's where your vertical asymptote is. That's what I'm explaining right here. Now to find it, since you get an error, this means it's the vertical asymptote. So really, you can skip that step. Just whatever you plug in there to make it 0, that's going to be your vertical asymptote at negative 3. So I come over here to the graph, and at negative 3, I put a vertical asymptote. Okay, then it says from there, next try adding 1. So let's go up by 1. So I'm going to go to like negative 2. So bring this down, y equals log base 2 of negative 2, right? That's 1 higher. I added 1. Negative 3, add 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 3 minus 5. So that's log base 2 of 1 minus 5. Remember how to do that? Make it 2 logs. The base goes to the bottom. If you do that in your calculator, you'll get 0 minus 5, negative 5. That's the point back 2 down 5, which is right there. Back 2 down 5. Okay. And now where do we go from here? Well, you can try adding 1 again. That's what I said down here. Next, try adding 1 again. Now, it might take a while to do this. Let me give you a kind of a good game plan. Basically, here's the deal. First, make the parentheses equal 0. Second, make the parentheses equal 1. See how we made the parentheses here 1? Right here. And here we made them 0. Okay. Next, 3, make the inside of the parentheses equal to the base. That's what what's the base? 2 in this case. So I want to put in there whatever x value will make that 2. So what x value do I want to put in there? Well, negative 1. Negative 1. Does that make sense? If I make that negative 1, let me come down here. I'm going to get y equals log base 2 of negative 1 plus 3 minus 5. See how that makes the inside of the parentheses match the base? So step 1, make the inside of the parentheses 0. Step 2, make the parentheses equal to 1. Step 3, make the inside of the parentheses equal to the base. So if you make the inside of the parentheses equal to the base, so what if my base was like, I don't know, 5? Well, then I'd have to put in plus 2, because 2 plus 3 would then match 5. What if my base was 7? Then I'd have to put in plus 4, because 4 plus 3 would be 7. Is that making sense? So you just make the parentheses, inside of the parentheses, match the base. So first step, make the inside of the parentheses 0. I did that right here, and you'll get your vertical asymptote. Then make the inside of the parentheses 1. Just add 1 right there, and you'll get a nice point. And then make the inside of the parentheses equal the base. So negative 1. So the inside of the parentheses equal the base. Why? Because then remember the base goes to the bottom when you turn it into 2 logs, and see how you get Same thing over itself. That's super nice. And so that's 1 minus, don't even need a calculator for that. That's negative 4, right? This is 1 minus 5, right? Negative 4. Back 1 down 4 right there. Back 1 down 4. And so now we know what our log graph does. It goes like this, because log graphs, take a dive at their vertical asymptote and then a slow climb to the right. You just have to go through those two specific dots. So on the tool for making the log graph, you've got to first click on the vertical asymptote and then click on these two dots to make the log graph. So there we go.